Trading Talks Episode 2. So I'm not really sure what to do with these just yet. I figured just every Thursday I might just start talking about trading and seeing what comes out of it. I think today I'd like to touch on just making money in general. I think outside of a normal 9 to 5 job, for those who are seeking just a little bit more freedom, more security, and just looking for a different route other than fully depending on a job for income. And as we know, especially if you're a millennial these days, that jobs are not as secure as they used to be. I don't know about you, but I've been laid off twice now, and have had to scramble. And I realized that I didn't like having a job be my only source of income, because if I got shaken out of a position or whatever, I didn't want it to be like the end of the world anymore. So definitely building a savings, but also having different means of income, so you're not completely dependent on a job that you might not even like. It's good to have a job you like, but if you don't like it, you don't have to feel like you're completely stuck with it. I know many of you are feeling like you're stuck with your occupation, you're stuck with your path in life, and haven't explored other routes. Then that's a large part of what drew me to trading, is just having a little bit more freedom. And yeah, as I explained in the previous episode, how I kind of began the journey and got interested in it, I guess at this time I just want to talk about if you do take the path of trading and what that process really entails, because I feel like YouTube and different sources give a lot of fake information in the sense of it looks easy and you all of a sudden become a millionaire after investing $500 and doing a couple trades. It's definitely not like that. It's a path of mastery, it's a path of professionalism and taking it very seriously. So, almost more seriously than a job, because you have to stay on point with the market, keep pulse on it, and love it ultimately. And I think that's the key ingredient with trading, is you have to love it first. If you're just doing it for money and you're not truly interested in the game, then it's not something that you need to pursue, because it will buck you off and shake you out of trading, because it does hurt and it does have consequences, and it's very, very dangerous, especially in the small cap world, in these hyper volatile stocks. So you'll feel the pain, but it's all part of the process. So like, yeah, when I got started, it I had maybe not false expectations, but I knew it would take a long time. I mean, in the very beginning, I just thought it was like a lottery or a gamble. You just put some money in and then come back later and you win. But once getting into the strategy, I realized that it takes a lot of dedication and determination. But just I wasn't aware what the whole process entails, as far as the pain and the frustration, the wanting to quit, the wanting to give up, taking a huge punch in the face and being down half your account and not wanting to trade anymore, because you know it would take forever to get back to your break even. I've been in all those places, and I wrote down a really good collection of rules in my journal here. It's not published or posted anywhere. I don't think I'll ever publish or post it, because it's very personal, very towards me, in my own type of language, how I talk to myself, and it makes sense to me. It might not make sense to anyone else. But those are very powerful pieces of wisdom that you gather as you go through the trading process. And you deal with different situations in your own way, and you learn lessons along the way, and you get better over time if you stick with it. And I think a lot of the good traders out there say it pretty much boils down to just not quitting. But I think in order to not quit, you have to love it, you have to see the potential, and you have to really enjoy the game. You have to be able to get up every morning and do your pre-market prep, do after hours preparation in the afternoon, and really keep pulse on the markets. It's definitely a full-time occupation, because it pretty much always has to be on your mind if you want to make it anywhere. From what I've learned, and I'm only into my third year, so I'm not talking as like some veteran, just from my experience so far. And this is what helped me. And yeah, in those 3 years, I've definitely been through the ups and downs. I know there's more lessons to learn. I know there's heavier weight to carry, building size and compounding, and all that goes along with that. And the journey's endless. But just from what I've gathered so far, it's a process, and it's not something easy. So if you are considering learning a different way to make money, whether it be affiliate marketing, trading, whatever else online, building websites, serving clients, it's a good path, but it's definitely not for everyone. I saw a top trading firm in New York. I forgot the name of it. One of the big ones said they like to hire athletes because athletes, like college athletes, understand what it takes to be a champion and compete against the best of the best. And when you're trading, you're competing against a lot of the best of the best. So I found it insightful that they said they like to hire athletes because athletes have a different state of mind, different frame of mind, because they know the pain and the suffering it takes to be the champion, how many times you have to fail and get back up again and fail and get back up again. They understand that process. And I think that process of becoming a champion in sports definitely applies to trading because it's the same. And I honestly, I haven't felt like I used to play baseball a lot, and I haven't felt the same feelings since I've stopped playing baseball up until trading because it does tap into a lot of the same um, states of mind, places in mind, and reference points. So that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, it's a process, and if you are thinking about taking the trading route, it's just something to prepare for. Some are successful quicker than others, but you definitely have to go through the ringer, and it's the money doesn't come easy. It will put you to the test and make you work for it, and really prove to the markets that you're not here to quit and you're here to learn and listen to what the markets are saying and teaching you and telling you. Um, and you're careful with it, and you have to have fear of the market, and that's where you get your wisdom and what to do. But yeah, anyways, that I think is the message for the day. Uh, if you are trading, stick with it. If you're considering it, definitely consider it. And you can reach out for my story or if any advice I might have if you're curious. Um, but yeah, that's it for the day, I think. So have a wonderful Thursday, and I will be back here doing this again next Thursday, God willing. All right, adios.